Free the dumb, freedom, free the dumb, so that they can speak, yeah. Yeah, this is Nature Ellis representing the perfect balance, Trodlas featuring Ras Dada, talking about Bingy, talking about, of course, Yaga, talking about Oka Van Gogh. Yeah, you know, say a good vibration, seeing to elevate the nation, saying, don't you know, talking about a revolution sound. Keep it locked. Nature Ellis has said that. Zane, perfect balance, Trodlas. Do it.
Well, we've seen the general election has come, and as some people have declared, it was a tight race to the finish line where the JLP has secured an unprecedented third term in government. And I hope to see continuity and even development in areas that they have fallen short, and the Prime Minister has came under attack, as they call it, in recent time leading up to the election. What are the item thoughts on this general election?
That's right. I think them say since 1980, this is the most anticipated general election. You know what I mean? To everything we had played because so the JLP had no is going for his third term. You know, that not happen too much. And the things that went yes, the corruption thing, the bank account thing there, you know what I mean, all that thing that went PS, you know what I mean, it was supposed to be a challenge. And when the other party now had a challenge of, you know what I mean, pulling back so many seats because they had 14 seats the last time. So they need what? They need what, 20 something to make up back. Almost 20 something seats, them need 20 seats, them need to. So it was highly anticipated, you know what I mean, it's not to, and we know that they know Trodlas. So they will form the government. You know what I mean, but one of the things them we see in the election, where Turnout, it was so highly anticipated, but the vote, and the day the vote didn't show that it was the country was, engaged.
Majority of
Enough
the
to vote.
people didn't vote.
No.
Not even majority of the people. Majority of the people who were
And the voters
registered.
didn't vote. You know what I mean? Not even just majority. You know what I mean? It's not even half of the people didn't vote.
Well, look, the thing that I was happy about was that I didn't hear of any incidents of violence.
Okay.
So I was very happy about that because I know that whenever the politics get real heightened, we see that it becomes accompanied with acts of violence. So I think that is a statement of the growth of the people or the maturity of the people because we know how it can get in these times, you know? So that was something I was very happy about. I believe that the PNP, I believe they did a remarkable job because the last election, it was just a little dot on the map that was orange. I think they only won one seat, if I'm not mistaken.
Who won 14
two.
seats?
Northeast,
The last
Central, and
election,
Southeast Clarendon.
14 seats. They won 14 constituencies last time.
last election, the general election.
General election, they won 14.
Eh? That's very hard to believe because when you see the map, it was one little part in a Clarendon orange.
I think the last election was 14 to 49, something like that.
Okay. So, so now they've won what, 29 seats this time.
29 to 34.
And
I see a change in it this morning. That is now 28 to 35. I have to recheck it.
35.
They lost another seat.
They lost, okay.
Yeah,
Because some of the seats were close, right?
Very close, yeah. They lost another seat, so I have to recheck.
Yeah. It's gonna go like that for a couple until all the counts are
The
finalized.
ministerial recount and it's gonna be like that.
Right, right.
Don't think
But
they,
I
but
watching, observing, just reading the news about the election and the voter turnout in Jamaica. Most of the population not even interested in the whole process.
that's the
If you have if
concern.
you have 39.5% turnout, right, of eligible voters, the
Mhm.
rest are, how does that really work though? You know, like I mean, look at the race itself, how tight it is. It was a tight race, you know. The
Mm.
margin of win is only like 2% something, right?
Well, you're splitting 39% between two, so it must be tight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look how
Right.
tight, but how close it is then to really like people. Why are people not interested in voting in the country you live in if you have all these complaints about government then?
I think
Why
the
aren't you
history I,
participating?
I think the history of the political arena in Jamaica has a
Mhm.
lot to do with that, and as well as the lack of confidence of the people
But
in the
you
politicians.
said something a while ago, right? You
Hmm.
said you commend the election for being non-violent. We didn't have any violence.
Hmm.
Right. That is
Back
why.
in the 80s, we have a lot of violence.
Hmm.
The violence was our bit. And then we see the trajectory of violence from the 80s come down, come down,
No.
come down. We are at a point right now where there's no violence.
Hmm.
But the other thing to look at too. In the 80s,
More
More
people were
people.
voting.
More
more people
people
were
voting.
voting.
Well,
Yes.
well,
And
well. Some
and
of them
Yeah.
weren't
and
voting by choice.
and and just as the violence went down, the voter
Went down.
turnout went down. I
Went
don't
No.
down.
I don't know if it's a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence because a lot of the people who were voting back then, it
Yeah.
was as a result of the violence.
Right.
Because you had to go out and
What-
vote. If
You know,
you
they were
never go
voted
vote,
too.
that's trouble.
You have to vote the way you are told to vote.
Yes.
But
and
it
and
was really
another
nice.
thing too, there was a lot of fraud in it as well too.
It
There
was
was a
really
lot of
nice.
fraud.
It was
How
really
how
nice to
many per
see people on either side of the red and the green coming together in the same environment, in the
The
same
orange and the
space,
green, Yaga. The
and having a
orange
good,
and the
Orange and
green,
green.
Yaga.
good
The
camaraderie, you know?
orange.
Yeah,
The
man.
orange, Yaga, not the red, the orange.
All right.
Because
Orange.
some of the comrades have reached out to me and said that they're very unhappy about you referring to their orange as red.
right.
And they said, please don't do it, sir.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know when it turned
But
orange,
but
but it
but
used to be red.
how many how
No, it's always
many
been orange.
how many presidents in Jamaica's history has had 3 terms?
Prime
Prime
ministers.
Oh,
Minister.
prime
So it's
minister, I
only
mean, prime ministers.
I think this
How
is the
many?
second. I think this is
Oh,
the
you said
second.
second?
I think
second
Who
one.
was
PJ Patterson was the
who was
first.
before?
PJ Patterson, I think,
PJ
Oh,
Patterson.
PJ Patterson.
So this is the first time the jail fee at
has
three
had
terms.
3 seats.
Yeah.
I think the
Okay.
PNP has had 4 terms.
Four,
Dada,
yeah. The PNP itself had
Mhm.
4 terms, but PJ had 3.
3, yeah.
my
Right.
Yes, Yaga.
association with the red color, you know, is because
Hmm.
people never used to wear orange and get into problem is wearing red or green because
Hmm.
red is associated with the People's National Party.
It's always been orange, Yaga.
It's orange and
Yeah,
them wear red too, man. Orange and
but
red them
red,
wear.
but red has
Yeah,
always
man,
been
orange and red.
associated with that. That's why
Mm.
people
Yeah, man.
usually get attacked for wearing red.
Yeah, man, orange and red. Them wear too for that. Yeah,
Mhm.
but we were talking about in our previous chat class, we were talking about voting for and policies and voting for look what they see and vote for it. And one of the biggest result
Upsets.
result coming out of the election was
East
Anne-Marie
Portland.
Vaz in Eastern Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz going up against
Isaac,
Isaac Buchanan. Isaac
yeah man,
Buchanan, Isaac Buchanan,
cartel
right?
liar.
I tell you. So she was said to be one of the hardest working, MPs, visible
And she was a
MPs,
favorite.
and she was, because of that,
She
she
was a
was
favorite.
proclaimed to be a favorite. People think that she
Mhm.
would win because
Mhm.
visible, visibly she was like doing work,
It
and
was
then
it was it
Sheila,
was said to be hands down, right?
hmm?
It was said to be hands down. That's her seat,
Yeah,
hands
so it's an
down.
uproar now, like people are saying, why? Because you know, everybody is commenting the democracy, whatever, whatever. But when you look at it, it feels like this is not voting on policy, or we don't know if something else is playing in the background. But there, them here, you think about it. Don't hear about that and think.
So did she
Can
win the
be.
seat? She won the seat?
She lost this
No, she
seat.
didn't.
She lost the seat even though
Yeah.
she was highly anticipated to win.
To win,
As
and she
a
like
hard-working MP, as them
as a
said.
hard-working MP, because you had MPs like the prime minister and the leader of the opposition in their constituency. There's people say there's nothing going on,
Right, right, right.
and the leader of the opposition when he see by a donkey lens with a car in Jamaica, by a, you know, a country
Right.
man.
A vast majority.
Yes, and you have people, a lot more MPs who are not doing. So people are saying they're not doing anything.
But the
And
eye
they
says
want
she
more
was
seats.
doing so much and she still lost.
And she lost to not just last, you know, not just last. She lost to a person who had
No political history.
experience, no political background, no political, no like a track record of doing well in politics or
But
as a
they had good speech.
Well,
And
no,
I
not
don't
just
know.
good speech.
People
I don't
had
know
Listen,
good
that.
enough
the
speech
person that beat
to
her, the person that
convince
I would
beat her,
like
the
to
more
person
see.
that
people to
beat
turn
her,
out.
Bingy, right?
Yeah.
Isaac Buchanan,
Yeah.
aka cartel lawyer. Everyone accredited to the fact that he was cartel's lawyer and the fact that he got cartel of the murder charge. That is the root of his victory.
I
That's
have a
why he
conspiracy
did.
theory.
And you know the young
And that
youth
can be
them,
very soon.
probably turn out to vote because you know
Yes,
themselves Gaza.
very, very rarely so.
Hold on, I have a conspiracy
Gaza
theory.
Leave it
so I would
alone,
like to
yeah,
see
Okavango.
I would like to see an analysis of the results and the breakdown of the demographics.
No,
I have a
yes,
conspiracy
voted.
theory. I have a conspiracy theory.
leave it alone.
No, I'm not going to leave it alone. I have a conspiracy theory. So I'm going to give the history of the seat, right? The history of the seat, right? It was always a PMP stronghold back, you know what I mean, back in period.
Yeah man, Rod was the last known PNP to run the seat.
PMP?
Yeah man. Because in the 90s I know Rod was the MP for the area. Because I did some work with him back on his farm back in the day.
The seat was a PMP stronghold for some time. It was this brother Bloomfield always winning the seat, right? This brother Bloomfield. He always winning that seat over there.
This is in the 2000s you talk about.
Yes, I. So this brother was unalived in what was that, 2000, what was this again? 16?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. He was
Not that period of time.
yeah. He was unalive. You know what I mean? He lost his life. You know what I mean? And he still is the rumors are that it was his male lover that took his life, right? There was a by-election that ran, and the PMP sent their most popular politician over there, that Damian Crawford, to win back the seat. And he got beaten by this woman, and Marie Vaz, the most popular in the by-election, you know.
It was in
He was
2019.
offering the people good and to develop the area and to invest in the area where people is a farming area, so people can get into farming, and the people voted against that.
They said no.
And
They are
come
going
2020, she won the seat again. Going up, I can't remember who she went up against now in 2020, but she won the seat again in 2020. Right? Here comes this election 2025. They put another politician there who is said rumored to have male lovers too, right? And he win the seat again. So the conspiracy theory is Portland Eastern love their MP, their male MP, to have male lovers.
The conclusion.
Allegedly.
That's allegedly.
That's the conclusion.
Portland Eastern love when their MPs have male lovers.
What the
That's the
rats.
conspiracy theory. It's going around.
But earlier on,
Wow.
that I said that
Wow.
this was one of the closest election. But if we look on it back, the last election was 2020,
Yeah.
when we have the pandemic, and it was Peter Bunting and the two Peters, Peter Phillips and Peter Bunting. Peter Phillips wasn't popular within the party, but he wanted to go
Mm-hmm.
for the leadership. So he fought a massive campaign against Peter Bunting, and there was massive fallout among the people, the comrades who are supposed to vote
And
and
that
elect.
is one of the reasons why they did so poorly in that general election
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Because go on, nigga.
So in terms of that split and division that was created within the party, I think that has had an impact because even the delegates, there were delegates fallout as well. And you know, there were some Dans that were involved, and some Dan was on this side and some Dan was on the other side. And it caused a massive split. So to see they've been galvanized under Mark Golden, where they've won back some traditional seats that they normally have and won some other seats. That has played an impact in it. So I won't really
man.
compare the result of 2025 with 2020, but we could look back further at further years if we really need to do a comparison of how well the PNP has done. Because I just
But
think
either
they've
way,
just returned.
you still have to look at it because it's still an election.
Yeah, but we've highlighted some issues and factors that could affect the result. So we have to take those into consideration as well.
Yeah, but irrespective of the factors
But
or stuff, I
in the
still
election,
the
the result
results.
is the result, right?
I still the
Yeah,
results.
but
That's it.
it's not a spectacular performance as compared to other performances because the results in further years were normally close like this as well.
But then
So
you
we can
have such a
No,
identify there's
small
but the
an
reason why we
anomaly.
are saying that,
demographic there.
the reason why
We
we are
can
saying that,
identify
Jaga,
there's
is
an
to come
anomaly.
from that, to come from that, to come from that and come out now and win 29 seats is like, if him do it from him, do a good job, man.
I don't think so because no. Normally, in 2016, right?
Mm,
It was like this. That's how close it was in 2016.
right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So let's
So you just go back.
compare
And then,
those two
and
results then and
2020,
see.
The anomaly was 2020 when PNP as a faction and
there are internal
Andrew only
division.
saw the faction and take advantage of that.
Mhm,
Right? So
mhm.
now is the reset.
Right. But that's what I
No,
said for
that
him
is
to
not the
bring it
spectacular.
back to that
The
after that.
PNP, right?
Traditional seats.
Yeah, our traditional seats they took back. And some they even didn't get back by the way. That's why they lost.
There's this Senator Andre Arkin that run for St. James, West Central St. James. I've been following him as an
I'm glad
economist before,
I'm glad to bring it up.
before he became a senator, because he's got similar policies to the old socialist movements and interests in looking out for the people and doing things. And he understands the economy to an extent. And we can see that within that area, the people did not really go for that. I don't know if it's the fact that he hasn't got enough investment or enough backing of money pushing him forward, why the people haven't swung his way. But once again, he's lost out to the opposition. And I think Malou Foot, her name, Marlene Malou Foot, has got the financial power behind them. So that probably has played a role in the election because I know the elections in Jamaica can be bought and sold.
Yeah. So other than the Anne Marie bars and the Isaac Buchanan thing, that was the most surprising part of the election for me because I thought he was doing well. I thought he was working hard, and I don't normally like politicians, but I like Andre. I have a like him for him. I like the way he speak. I like him ideas, and I thought he would have done well. I was surprised that he, was a bit so maybe because I wanted him to win. So I was surprised that he lost. You know what I mean? And is go back to voting on politics again because this is the man who was on the ground doing work, you know what I mean, putting in the work, and yet he still lost. He didn't win the constituency. So that was But I hope I think he's a bright mind, and I hope they put him in the Senate or something like that. So I
Yeah, he
think
was a senator before.
yes, I hope he's back in the Senate again. So because I think you know, man, these are one of the bright minds to be, you know what I mean, in governance of the country. Yes, yes, sir.
Mm.
And
But
just like JLP took a chance with Andrew, the PNP need to take a chance with some of the youngsters. I
yes,
guess
sir.
Damian Crawford comes to
With
mind.
Pete, I didn't like Crawford one time, but I don't like him again. Chat too much. But this Andre Horton is a better president try with. I like Andrea. He don't win him seat still, but I feel like say then do something like when they do Mark Golin, because Mark Golin couldn't win nowhere else but when they because he's a good statesman, but when it comes to MP and them thing there, he's not really good on that. So then put him on one sure seat.
But safe seat.
Sure see.
So them let them bright minded them give them a sure seat, man. Give them a sure seat too. Because them have something to offer. You understand? Maybe they're not good on the ground and good on the but even although Ireland shows them good on the ground still, but you know what I mean? Need something more sure. Yeah. But back
You
to
know,
want to go back to the voter turnout because I think out of everything that was the biggest concern, the low voter turnout. Most of the nation basically reject both parties.
The political system.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
political
Them reject
system
both
altogether.
parties. So something we look
But
on the cause a man and
it
look and
wasn't
say,
two
most of
parties
them
alone
win.
in the election. There were at least 3 or 4 parties.
Well then
I
release
know
everybody.
none of the
Eh,
independents
but
won any seats because the seats went to both the JLP and PNP, right?
so there were no
Yeah.
seats.
I don't think they won any
No
seats.
independent came close to win that. I
None
don't.
of
The
them.
one in
I was watching the election live,
constituency,
and I don't remember one get 100 votes. Right. Yeah, but
the
I'm
Mm.
saying
people
that
shut out a third party.
I think it's why the thing is because you have to look at the numbers because the register of voters list is going um more and more, like more people are on the register list. And because if I check the numbers, I think it's about the same amount of people who have been voting from the 80s, 90s are voting now. The same amount of people. Like it's always been around that 800,000, you know what I mean, 900,000, 700,000, somewhere right there. But it's the same amount of people still voting right now.
The same number of people.
Yeah, the number amount, yeah.
Mm.
But the percentage because the voter list has gotten
Bigger?
number gone higher because I think in 2016 it was 1.7 million and now it's over 2 million
What?
people.
Eligible to vote.
More
Yes.
eligible people to vote.
So
Registered
the
voters.
concern
Because a
people
lot of people just register to vote, not for the
And they
purpose of
don't vote.
voting, you know.
Yeah.
No,
because they
they
want the
register
ID.
to vote primarily to get the ID.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they have to do
Because you get a
census.
Why?
national
You have
ID.
to
You get a
register to
national
vote to
ID.
get an ID?
When you register to vote, you get a
Yeah, the
national
ID.
ID.
Yes.
So a lot of people who
Wait.
register to vote,
Hold on. My question is, to get a national ID, you have to register to vote?
no. What I'm saying
Um,
is when you register to vote, you get a national ID.
All right.
You
But
can
it's
go
not
and
a
get a driver's
requirement to
license.
get a national
You can get
ID.
a driver's license. You can get a passport. But the national ID is a voter registration ID.
right.
So to get the voter registration ID, you have to register to vote to get that ID.
Right.
So a lot of people who might not have a passport or have a driver's license,
They
they
get
just,
that.
okay, I'll register to vote and get that and use that for
Because
their
I
ID.
I did that too when I was in Jamaica. I get that.
You understand?
Yeah.
People has migrated and deceased, and they're probably still on the list.
So that's the thing too, because it seems like people have been deceased and they're still on the list. People have migrated and they're still on the
And
list.
nobody
Well,
cleaning
well,
up
the
the list.
migration isn't that issue, you know, because we saw our plane load of comrades flying in to vote the other day. And
That's
the
not
people
enough,
who
that we should be able to vote from the diaspora.
the man who
I
they
don't.
said they went to
I'm
vote
not
in
of that.
for,
I'm not of
he
that.
lost the seat. Eh?
Mail-in
No,
vote?
you can say you should be able to vote for the
Mail-in vote.
diaspora, but I'm not of that thinking.
Mindset.
I don't think so. I don't
I
like
Why?
that
agree
idea.
with that.
Hmm?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
I don't think you should be living in another country. You know, you live and work in another country, and then you are making a decision that affect another country. You know what I
And you
mean?
don't live.
They
My
don't
But
live.
remittance
but
go
So,
to
but
so
because
Jamaica
you
and
live
if
and
you
Guyana.
work in
if
another
you
country,
vote
you
for
might still have
something,
interest in that country.
if you vote for
But
something, the consequences that will be faced, you will not be facing it if you live in another country.
my
It don't
remittance go
necessarily
to
mean
the
you won't be
country.
you could
facing it
face it
though.
No,
indirectly.
of course, it's
You
in another
could.
country.
No, that
Remittance is
doesn't
a
mean you
major
might not
part
face
of
it.
No,
Because you
of
might be
the
a property
GDP, you
owner,
know.
you might be a business
nah.
owner, you might have interest in the country.
Yes.
So it could affect you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dada, if you live in the country, even
Mm-hmm.
if you have business, but you don't live in the country. So
Mm-hmm.
if you vote for something with business and it makes business go out, and even if you have a business in there,
It's your
you live in
democratic
another
right.
country.
It's
You
your
know,
Yeah,
but
democratic right to vote
it
from
still
where
have
you
an
are.
effect on you,
I don't
right?
think so. I don't think so.
Nah, man, it
Yeah,
must have
you're
an effect
entitled to
on
not
you.
think that,
And so if you
I'm saying it's a valid point.
No, I don't think so.
It's a
Ima-
valid point.
Imagine you have over 3 million Jamaicans
Mm-hmm.
living overseas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they will come and vote for something else that the people on the ground doesn't want. And then now it
But
cause it,
but
it affect the people
because of
on the ground.
uproar.
It affect the people
Mm.
on the ground, and they're like, okay, well, you know, live down there. You know what I mean? No, sir.
nah, man, but I think if you own a business, if you have interest in a country, right, and
Mm-hmm.
you are national of that country, you're born in that country, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
There is natural interest,
But
meaning if anything happen, uh, it affects you, even though you're not living in that
I'm
country.
saying, and if you have business, is like you're a part of the country, same way. If you have
Yeah.
some kind of
Yeah,
business.
you'll
But
Yeah.
feel
even as
it.
I say,
You'll feel it.
I'm on like most people not have no business in me. Believe it.
Right. So like for a person who just randomly just go back and say, oh
Right.
Ray, he might go vote. Man, I can understand that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying if
Right,
it's a
right.
person
But
that has interest in the
interest,
Not the
country,
yeah,
country.
you'll feel it.
them supposed to
Yeah.
have access to that.
Remittance is up to about 20% of the GDP. And that
It's
is
Mm-hmm.
coming
possible.
from the people who are overseas. And
in the
that's a
diaspora.
significant
Yeah,
amount
that's
Yeah,
true.
that
but
is going
Valid
towards
point.
the economy.
that's not something.
Valid point. Valid
No.
point.
That's not something to make you vote because you're sending
It
remittance.
is
No.
because that's a part of the economy.
I hear me
A
out.
It's a
major
part of
part of
the
the
economy.
economy.
But hear me out. Hear me out.
You're
Who are you
contributing towards the economy.
who are you sending remittance to?
To your family or your friends
To
or
your
whatever.
family and your friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what's
Mm-hmm.
supporting
So,
the economy. That's why it is a
so
part of the
if
economy.
you vote and no vote, you still are going to send remittance to your family. You not
No,
have
we're not. No, we're
the
not saying
government,
that.
Yeah, but
the
we're not
government of the
talking
country,
about that.
whatever the government
We're
do,
not saying that. We're
whatever
not
No.
the
saying
government
that.
do, whatever the government do, now gonna make you stop send things to your family and friends.
No, we're
Yeah,
not
It's
but
not
saying
that
like
that.
you're
that
We're
shouldn't
sending.
not
allow
saying
you
that.
It's
not to
We're
not
be
not
able
like
to
you're
saying that.
vote.
sending to everybody in the community.
We're not
Now,
saying that.
Yeah,
We're
but
not
that
saying
you
that.
cite a comparison of a pear and an apple.
that's
If you
our
take it, said
different thing, no,
because
that's
you will
different
have to
thing.
send it anyway because that is your commitment to your family and your
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah,
no, yeah.
yeah.
It may
But
Yeah.
we're
appear
not
But
right.
we're
talking
talking
about
about
that.
It
voting.
So
appears
all
right
who
when
sending
you look at
remittance,
it,
because you
but it
can't
doesn't
vote,
fit.
stop sending it then.
It doesn't fit within the context.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
saying all who sending remittance, stop
They're
sending
gonna
it then.
still send.
You cannot vote.
no,
Stop.
but they wouldn't.
Well,
They
if
You
they
wouldn't.
would
stop
stop.
sending it,
You
if
would
they
No,
stop
they
sending it,
wouldn't.
then they would
No,
lose what
but
we're
they're
saying
supposed to
as
be able to vote
their
though.
interest towards voting.
No.
You understand?
They should be
If
able
they
to
stop
vote.
sending it, but because they're sending it, we're saying this is a major part of the economy of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a
And
major
elsewhere
part
too,
of
the
the
A
because
major
economy of
Caribbean,
part of the
Jamaica.
GDP, man.
and
hold on,
the
hold on, hold on,
Caribbean
And
hold
more
on.
than
period.
a quarter, you know.
Because
Yeah.
you have a next thing, where these people who go away, always also take away from the economy. Because you talk about the one them were left and who them where the country invest in them,
Student, school loan
the
and
country
everything.
invest in them, and them left the
Mm-hmm.
country to other country. Them left them
Mm-hmm.
student loan them. Them left all the burn them when them left on the
And
on the
more
country.
people than that, more people than that immigrate, man.
Eh?
Even the minister of finance run left the country, brother.
So now I say none of them run the country. So
But
so and the brain drain too.
the
You know what
brain
I mean?
drain. But if you was
Yeah.
to put that into percentage, like who owe for school loans and things, that would be a very I
Small
think it would be a
percentage.
small percentage of the people who are actually leaving, right? The brain drain might be more costly than that, for instance, right?
True.
The
True.
brain drain. Just like I and
Mm-hmm.
I sitting here right now is part of that brain drain we talking
So,
about,
real
right?
Yeah,
time.
that's why them
So
have to fix up the
we
country business so that we want to be
yeah,
warm and we want
we
to be there.
over
We don't
that,
have to go
yeah.
overseas. We've seen
Well,
that in
Yeah.
many
well, well,
countries where
well.
people
The minimum wage allegedly will be going to 32,000 a week. So you might want to go home for that, sir.
yeah, that's gonna
Mm.
happen over time. It's not gonna happen within one go. You see what
Right.
I say? But
And
I've
that,
seen in
What are
many
your
And what
views
countries
that
on
where
really
that?
mean?
people
What are your views on that?
we know
where
that
people
when
stayed
that
at
become
home.
here go, so does the price of everything else.
What happened? Okay,
Right.
as the minimum wage go up, everything has go up.
Everything else
Right.
go with the
Yeah.
minimum.
I say it's called inflation.
This guy is rich.
Inflation
The man
always
No,
overtime
outpaces
too,
but
so we are
but
over there.
but a lot of
inflation
small
always
businesses are,
outpaces salary.
yes.
Of
A
course.
lot of small businesses are complaining about that because they're saying there's no way they can afford to pay their employees 32,000 a
They
week.
never
So it's
afford them,
either
man. They
that
never raise everything.
they must raise everything.
Yeah.
The
Because
business they
the
can pay
rate
out
went
a
up
little bit
because
more, man. They
they
can
say it's
afford to
at
pay out a bit
16,000
more.
now, right?
Yeah.
It's at
Because
16,000 now, right? And not too long ago before the JLP came in, it was like 5,000-6,000, I think.
yeah.
So they moved it all the way
Yeah,
up.
man. The JP has moved that. That one them you know what I
People,
mean?
a
Them
lot of
Major
people still
accomplishments.
cannot find jobs. A lot of a
Mm.
lot of students are leaving school, university, and colleges and still cannot find job. So the brain
But what
drain
about
again.
the platform of the political party is the low unemployment rate?
They said that they dropped the
The
unemployment rate.
lowest unemployment rate, like
Yeah,
Not
they said they
far enough,
dropped the
3%
brother. It
they're
unemployment
may
rate.
drop,
reporting,
but it not drop far enough.
We
but
agree with
the
that,
Indian,
Yaga.
the
But what
Indian,
I'm saying, Yaga, you see
Uh,
what the solution to that? Because if you look at the system, right, it is impossible for the system to maintain jobs for people leaving school. Impossible. Because the number of people that are leaving school every year, they're not gonna have that many number of jobs
But they have
available.
the data.
Impossible, right?
They have the data,
Right.
Dada.
So this is why I'm saying the solution lies in, instead of just training the youth through school to just come and find a job, we have to train them in entrepreneurship, how to create jobs. So that when them come out of school, their intention is not, oh, I want to go find a job. Their intention should be, oh, I can do this, so I'm going to create a job. You
Every
understand?
course
And
needs to have that element.
until them shift,
the Indian.
right, until them shift the focus of education from just going and finding a job to go and creating a job, we're gonna always have this problem.
One thing
depend.
in India, we say a while ago said the job they are increase in I mean jobs in Jamaica. But it's the value of the job, it's how much the job pay. Because when them check it, the unemployment, if you sell bomb juice, on the sidewalk, that's a job.
Them count it as a job.
That's
But
a
that's
job.
a high earning job.
Huh?
That's
Where's
a
that
high
job?
earning job.
But you may not
Where's
be a
that
My
job,
part.
though?
brethren, my brethren,
You may
my
not be
Where's
a
brethren,
that
part
my
of
job?
the
brethren,
formal
my
system.
brethren used to sell sky
Yeah,
juice.
you're
My
not here,
brethren,
where's that job?
my brethren used to sell sky juice.
Not a
Right?
job,
Mhm.
he's a
And
businessman.
when a
Yeah,
businessman,
An
what you
yeah,
talking
entrepreneur.
about? Yo,
businessman,
when
yeah.
they check that the money, when they check that
Employed
the
is the
money
word. Employed
pocket,
is the word. Employed is the word.
he's
Employed.
employed.
Yeah, employed. You are employed.
He's an
And
entrepreneur.
you do,
Of
only for you
course.
do, employment.
Yeah,
And I mean,
Mm.
employed.
so employment problem
System.
is the amount of money you make from being employed. I mean, kind of
Mm.
somehow.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
The man them are in the street where do them think that they must have more money, more liquid cash. You'll be surprised.
It's
Yeah,
true.
man, you'll be surprised, man.
It's
And
true.
and culturally, we thought to look down on these people, like say, oh, you know, for try to be that, you know, for try to do that. You have a virgin in Mobile, that the man there, the man create a industry out of hand card. Everywhere you go in a Mobile, you see a hand card say Daltons. The man build hand cards and rent it to the people who want to sell on the road.
That's a
Him need to
businessman.
innovate, you know, Dada.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
Yeah,
man.
that's a
I know
businessman. Yeah.
brothers that
But you have
live
no
their
little
whole
people on
life
the road
doing
that
that
we are
and
what
did
can I say?
very
What
well.
really
Hmm?
business
Yeah,
make
they
no.
are slim.
I
Business
think we have
tough.
to.
No, them a make money, you know, but here what no, no. You see the problem with them don't know how to manage money.
So I may have said them not have a business.
That are the problems.
Everybody's
Them
not
don't know how to
equal.
manage money.
Everybody not
But the
equal
money
in
are
business.
coming at them hand,
These are the
but
things
just
that
as
should
it
be
coming at them
teaching the
hand,
youth in
it
a
out of
school.
them
Right.
hand. Yes.
Finance.
Yes.
Finance.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wealth
The things
management.
that really
Yeah.
affect
I
their
remember
lives, you know?
And
taxes and them
everybody,
thing there.
every man are equal in them capabilities.
True.
Of course, of course.
So,
Mhm.
But
mm,
yet we saying that, right? But when we look at this life and how men do what is necessary for them to survive, right? So
Survive.
even
Mhm.
like a man who hustling and he contented in he hustling, even
Mhm.
though you
Yeah,
saying
man.
there's
that's
not
them
enough
survive. That's them
money.
survive.
Yeah, it's
Fire,
how he
fire,
surviving, right? And
fire,
he
fire.
contented.
The man we say, all right, me want a flat screen. Him hustle him money, buy
Yeah,
him flat
man.
screen. Him say, me
Yeah.
want a car. Him hustle him money,
Yes.
him buy
Buy
him
a
car.
car.
So it's
Yeah.
about guiding these people
Yeah.
as to what are fruitful or profitable investments for them money. So when them earn the money, as little as it is, them can use that money now for in turn earn for them. And until them teach the people them the things that the people go constantly in at this thing. Because another thing too, why the politicians can have the people like that is by keeping a lot of the people in the state. Because
That
then these are
cycle.
the people where when you come and you offer them a 5,000 or a 6,000 or 10,000 to come follow you go at the arenas and these things. Then we jump onto it because to them
But
is a
but that,
come up.
that based on the systems we live in and classism, that is necessary. To have men living in ignorance, total ignorance is
It's
necessary.
necessary.
Or else
Yes,
these
sir.
systems can survive.
People vote.
Mhm.
If every man
Otherwise,
become aware
mhm.
of what he's supposed to
and
be
and I
doing,
want to
it's
offer
a
the
nappy.
disclaimer, Bingy, that we're using the actual definition of necessary here
Yes.
and not the popular
Not the
definition of
pop.
necessary.
Yes. Yes.
People
Mhm.
vote because their MP show up at the funeral or the school
Hmm.
graduation.
Yep.
Man.
Him did come eat some curry goat and rice. Him
Right.
did
Yes.
come eat
Right.
some curry goat and
He
rice.
was
I
there.
can
He
connect
showed
with
up
him.
to the funeral. He
Them know
showed up
about
to
the
the
MP.
graduation.
Let me know the MP. Every funeral him
He
there.
showed up to the
Yes.
yard.
Hey, and you know, as you talk about that, another thing that I did observe leading up to the election was where I saw the prime minister going to certain communities that were like predominantly the opposition,
Opposition.
and people would talk to them. But when it come to shaking the hand or touching us, them not doing that. I'm like, in a
And
twenty-five, really?
as we talked about the
Mm.
Anne Marie Valls and
Mm.
the Andre
Mm.
Hahn, right?
Mm.
Two popular people. They seem very popular at the time with the people, but they still
Yeah.
lost. I mean, so we want to go into another election that happened in the Caribbean, in Guyana, where
Yeah.
another so-called popular candidate,
Yeah,
uh,
independent candidate,
popular
independent.
independent, he was an independent also, you know what I mean, didn't feel so well.
Surprisingly, I
But but
thought because
but in no poll in Guyana that
was he
popular
leading?
candidate was ever leading
Leading.
anywhere, the popular party always led.
It's always gonna be difficult for your independent over because remember, said the parties have a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Them have
Fun
a
year. We
fan
talked about this
base.
last week.
Fan base.
We talked
Yeah.
about this
So the
last week.
party have a fan base. So for your independent overcome the fan base, like it would have to be like a phenomena would have to occur.
Right.
Like a real phenomena would have to occur for them
And
to yo.
especially
Yo,
now where people think the development is really happening within Guyana, right?
Mhm.
Even though they also saying, hey, on one hand, the money not distributing it the way it
Oh, it
should be
should be.
amongst the population, right?
Hmm.
But those who are benefiting are seeing the benefits, right?
They
And
like
then overall, as a country, even those who not really benefiting, they're seeing some kind of progress in development even though they're not really participating in it, right?
they're
They're
not getting the
seeing
big
it
food, but they're
happening.
getting some of the crumbs.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
so with that being said, and this newfound wealth and stuff, it's really difficult to throw out a popular person like Ali,
But mm.
and then when you listen to Ali speak to Ali, he's charismatic, so that too, um, but I didn't expect anybody to come in and just upset the ruling party. That
Mm.
it's gonna
Okay.
move.
So just like in Jamaica, the incumbent also one that is what is his name? Irfan Ali.
Oh, yeah.
Irfan Ali, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
also
Yeah,
won
Irfan,
again.
yeah. In
And
Guyana, in
the
Guyana,
Yeah,
in
thing
Guyana.
Guyana.
is,
Yeah.
You
What
say in
but
Jamaica.
one of the thing where make both of them victory kinda, you know what I mean, is not in the norm that's going on in the world right now, because over the world right now, the incumbents they are struggling to hold on to power.
To hold on to power.
People, our world is, with this rise of nationalism and, you know what I mean, people want that kind of change. The incumbents were struggling, and that's why
Mhm.
I cannot thought the JLP was a bit of a problem. And I think
People are fed up,
Hollywood was a
man.
bit of a problem too. But you know
I
what I mean?
think that, to be honest, I'm not in favor of everything the GLP do, but I think that they have done a lot of good things. I think they have done a lot of good things.
The
And
GDP
I
has,
think
has
that
come down from
the
167% to about
mm-hmm,
60%
mm-hmm,
The GDP.
over the period. Yeah,
So the GDP went down.
yeah. That's one big
But how
standout
is
there. You know?
but that's not really a good thing. That's a sign of economy in
in
degradation,
trouble.
right? Yeah.
The debt to
Yeah.
GDP ratio, the debt to GDP ratio.
Okay, so they cut down the debt. So you're
Oh,
saying
Yeah,
they
they
yeah,
cut
cut
down
yeah,
the
down the
yeah,
debt.
debt.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
all
The
right,
debt.
all
Okay,
right, all
got
right,
you. Good,
all right.
good. And I think that like I'm saying, you said that is for the past 3 years the crime rate been falling, but that effort that they put in this year, where
We
they
Make a
need
big
saying
election
difference.
every year.
under 800 murders this year, and they sent out the police with that mandate to say, listen, you have basically a clear reign, do what you need to do.
Mhm.
And they started taking out some of these people who them call crime producers, the notorious crime producers, right? That, I think, was one of the main thing too,
Right,
that
right.
them use to really grab and secure this
Yeah,
victory.
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I think
People
the
feel
So,
crime rate
safer in the
yeah,
anything
man.
else, the
communities.
crime
Yeah.
rate more anything else was
Mm-hmm.
was I think it was the main thing because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people watch. I was listening to a program. This Virgin must say the PNP attack Andrew Owen so
In financial life, in private life.
Credibility.
like corruption and everything. What
Mm-hmm.
can't find the right word.
Like a smear campaign.
I've seen a campaign against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you must say Jamaica is a hustling country. We love hustler.
So them, it's like
So
it work against them.
going against the hustler, it now gonna
It's
work.
bad. It's
Like
bad. It's bad.
Jamaicans
Right,
love
right,
the
right,
hustler.
right.
And so,
Ka,
It
then
ka,
whatever
ka,
the man
backfire.
that
ka,
hustle,
ka the boss come out and say,
It
listen, I
backfire. It
want taxi me
backfire.
start from, I want
nobody never see that to
till,
them.
till me have a taxi company,
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Backfire.
Jamaican, you must say Jamaican love hustler. The register Jamaican love hustler. I think it's oral truth, you say.
Hmm.
The Jamaican love hustler. I look one
So,
man, you know, say,
true.
I
It's
true.
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 Jamaican
You
love
work
hustler,
against
man,
them.
because
You work against them. You
if you
work
have
against them.
somebody is a teacher and, them go out and teach the students, and a man who is a chopper. The chopper get more ratings more than
I
the
will
teacher.
answer, man.
You understand?
I will
Yeah, so
answer,
Jamaica
man.
is a country with love hustler for true. You know what I mean?
A real thing,
But
man. So it backfire.
when
The strategy backfire.
when I closing note, you know what I mean? Them
Yeah, yeah.
both Guyana and Jamaica, you know what I mean? Guyana with them new found oil wealth, you know what I mean? The president have more, you know what I mean, more things on him hand with the navigate, you know what I mean? And we are hope say them country are two country where the majority very black people, a lot of black people like country them. And I mean and we are hope say two of them navigate the country in a way where, you know what I mean?
Beneficial to the masses.
Benefit to everybody in the country. I want to
Mm-hmm.
see country live up. Especially,
Yeah, man.
I watch Guyana, especially, I watch Guyana because this style thing it can go south.
Either
You know what I
way.
mean? It can go the wrong way. So I watch
Pass.
people hype on
Mm-hmm.
Guyana.
Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah, man.
if the thing
Infrastructure.
is run the right way, yeah, man, Guyana can be a
Yeah.
really, you know what I mean, nice place and fill up the country. Same thing with
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
And
Which is right.
the people they're voting back because them are things that we want to the good work when been doing. You know what I
Right.
mean? But there's a lot more to be done.
And the
To be
There's a
done.
people,
lot
Yeah,
more to
man.
be done.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So,
And
remember,
and
say the
and and
minority vote, mean, brother, is not like the majority of the people, So
Mhm.
You
But
know, him
still,
just
yeah,
need to pay no
But
no
it's
heap
the
of lip
majority
some
of the
service.
people,
minority.
Because
some,
there's an example where I saw they've talked about the agro investment part, but the investment are
Mhm.
not going in the agro investment part to grow the agro investment part to support the economy. So then pay a lot of
Mhm.
lip service. So start the lip service and do the
Do
action.
the work.
But yeah, a next
Work.
thing to a next thing to we have to know and we have to be fair to is that when you're looking at something like this, it's not something that's gonna happen overnight. It's not something that's just gonna happen off the cuff. It's something that has to be developed. So some time have to be allotted to say,
yeah,
okay, we're gonna give you this amount of time
yes.
to make
We
we
fix
see
certain
this
things,
work. You
and
get what
nothing
I
will
say?
fix it.
Yeah, man.
And,
Him
But I
have
want to
him have
say this.
8 year already and him a get
When you
4
say
more.
give time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep this in mind, you cannot correct what's been going on for 50 years and 4 years either.
Or
It'll
or
take,
eight
we
or
have to be
6 or 12.
realistic about what time
True.
really
True.
means, right?
True.
So it'll take
True.
a
But
long
we're saying that
time to
when you
correct.
identify projects,
Yeah.
like Jamaican people especially, when them identify a project, like them want to see no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
understand? Them want to see
Yeah,
no.
right,
There's no consideration to say, okay, it's gonna take
right.
a
but
10
start,
years,
yeah,
process. It's
yeah.
a
12
process
years, whatever. Yeah.
About the minority of the people voting in. All who is on the voter list had the choice to go and vote.
to go and
You
vote,
know what I
and they
mean? So,
didn't.
so the ones who went and vote, them have to say, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
them say him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them say him. So that you have to work with because, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
The rest didn't vote. They have the choice to vote and they
They
didn't.
are the
So yeah,
option
so
and
them
didn't
not have no
use
That's
it.
that,
say.
right?
Them not have
Huh?
no say.
They gave up theirs. They have a say, but they
They
gave
have
it
a
up.
say, but they didn't
But they
put it.
gave it up.
So it's who vote. You know what I mean? You have to just
Even the
well
one who
say,
vote not have
okay,
no say.
you
No,
didn't
we
care
agree.
who was in power. You didn't care who was in power. So this is the consequence you have to
Mm.
deal with
It's an
because you care
illusion to
about
think
money.
that because you vote you have a say.
You have a say. Yes, it is. It is. It
Well,
is.
well, well,
It
well, it's
is.
a illusion and it's a lifestyle too,
Yeah,
Politics
yeah, man.
determine how you live, and that's what
True.
we must consider all the time too, right? Even though, like for I, we Rasta, we say we don't participate in its Babylon system and thing, but politics determine the very air that you breathe, your
Mm-hmm.
demographics,
Governance
where you are
works,
going
man.
to go.
Governance
The
works, you know.
food you eat is determined by politics.
Over
Mm-hmm.
So those are things we
53% of
always gotta
people
consider.
who are watch them video yeah, haven't subscribed. Please like,
Yeah,
share,
there you
and
go.
subscribe. Subscribe to the
Yeah,
video them if
you,
you like the
ha,
video them.
ha,
And big up one of the viewers who donated $4.99 to the Trodlas. Make we big him up. Make we big up the viewers for that.
we're rich.
Uh,
We're rich.
What's your name? What's your name?
appreciate love that, you know.
Ryan, is it a female? You know her name?
Tell me, no, brother.
Me not depend it right now.
Dada,
All right,
who
next
it
time
is?
big up her name next time.
Let me find it, man. I have to bigger up here, you know.
That'll be good right
Yeah,
now. Is that her?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Big up Tough Lifestyle 4286. Big up yourself
Eh, eh,
for the
Yeah,
eh, eh.
4.99 gift. And
Yeah,
we
man.
also
Give
people
thanks, man.
thanks.
support the channel, help the channel to grow so that we can bring some guests on the channel who you might appreciate because a lot of time we approach people and they asking for fee while we are here working for free. So we can't pay them
Hungry.
nothing. You see
They
me?
asking for
I
food
mean
and they're working for
cartel. I
free.
mean cartel. I
Bad.
mean
So
cartel.
Bad.
yeah, man. Big up Tough
Yeah, man.
Lifestyle every time.
Yeah, done it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yo, Bingy, yo, Okafanga, yo, you know Rasta, you know the whole team, man. Listen me, Yaga, if a boy ever this year for less than $1,